Hi there, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm going to be sharing some information about Family Network on Disabilities, FND, and the programs housed under FND. So welcome. First, I want to share we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization helping families across the state of Florida. We're funded in part by the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Health. And we provide information, resources, and support to families and educators just like yourselves understand special education in the state of Florida. We are a national network for individuals of all ages who may be at risk, have disabilities, or have special needs and their families. We also serve professionals and concerned citizens. We were founded in 1985, and basically it was just a group of families coming together at a kitchen table looking for mutual support and an opportunity to share information. So we're a grassroots organization for persons with disabilities and their families, and it's family-centered and family-driven. Now, one thing I love to share about FND is the majority of our board of directors, management staff, and program staff as well are parents and family members of persons with disabilities. Now, one clarification that's very important I want to make is that we are not doctors or lawyers. And so no information discussed during these workshops can be considered legal or medical advice. We're not interpreting the law, and we don't provide medical advice of any kind. However, I'll share again, we are excited to share information, resources, and supports for you and your family. We use research-based information in order to create our trainings, and we work in collaboration with state and federally funded organizations in order to create and provide resources to families. And this is our mission statement. The mission of FND is to strive for the complete integration and equality of persons with disabilities in a society without barriers, and to serve families of children with disabilities ages birth through 26 who have the full range of disabilities described in Section 6023 of the Individuals with Disability Education Act, also known as IDEA. Now, this represents our parent training and information centers. Poppin is in the North Florida. I'm the director of Poppin. It stands for Parents Offering Parents Information and Networking, and it covers 39 counties across North Florida. And then Parent Support Network is in Central West, and Parent Education Network is Central East. And here is a map that shows you that representation a little bit better. Now, there are 100 parent training and information centers and community parent resource centers, also known as CPRCs, in the U.S. and territories. Every state has at least one, and each one has a different name. So, for example, Florida has 3 PTIs, Parent Training and Information, broken up in between Poppin, PSN, and Penn. Most states have 1. Larger states like Florida, Texas, and California have 3. They are funded through the Part D of the Individual Disability Education Act, and by national, I'm referring to the U.S. Department of Education Office of Special Education Programs. Now, Family Star is also a program under Family Network on Disabilities. They are a family-to-family health information center, also known as an F2F, and they are statewide and funded by a grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, or HHS. And this program assists families of children and youth with special health care needs, complex medical conditions, and developmental disabilities to make informed decisions about health care for their children. And they provide support and training and assistance and resources to both families, their youth, through age 26 as well, and the providers and professionals who work with them. Now, what do we do for you? So these parent centers, such as the PTI and the CPRC, mainly help parents by providing individualized technical assistance, and that's through information and referral. We share resources, Facebook Live overviews, such as this one, and other agency events. We take phone calls. FND receives over 15,000 phone calls a year, and we often get calls from parents or other family members who need information. Sometimes we meet for coffee. Right now, because of COVID, we are meeting more online. Zoom is the platform that we are using right now. But when things hopefully stabilize, we can meet out in the community again, and also in community resource fairs. Also, we can meet at support groups. A lot of times a support group will invite us to do presentations, whether it be online or in person. So any disability specific or faith-based or agency-sponsored support groups. No, the feeling of isolation at the time of diagnosis is almost universal among parents, and it really helps to know that these feelings have been experienced by others, and that understanding and constructive help is available to you and your child, and that you're not alone. And this is where our parent trainers really bring their empathy and their knowledge, because they've walked that walk, and can share some valuable resources and insight and experiences with accessing prior PTI services before coming to work for FND. Now, as a parent center, we put major effort into conducting workshops and conferences and webinars for families. And in these trainings, parents can learn about IDEA, the special education process, recommended practices, and much, much more. So for example, I want to take you to our menu of workshops. Let's see if it pulls up for me the way I hoped. These hyperlinks sometimes are fussy, but here you can see a list of a lot of our workshops. We have, what's the big idea? That's a 7-module workshop series that we provide. Your guide to an IEP that works, positive beginnings with positive behavior intervention supports. We have transition workshops, understanding related services, and differentiated instruction to help. Real key, understanding an effective parent-teacher conference, tips and strategies so that you can have a successful meeting. And so the list goes on for you to be able to navigate. Okay. We provide information and referrals to families and become as well informed as possible on IDEA. And believe me, if we don't have the answer, it is our job to do that footwork for you and research the answer and get back to you, or refer you to an agency that might be better equipped, that specializes in whatever topic you are asking about. But regardless of the question, our staff will go the extra mile to find that answer or connect you. Now, a lot of the agencies that we collaborate, I'm going to share some of those pages with you so you can get an idea of the depth and breadth of the resources that we access for you. We start with our federal resources, the Office of Special Education Resources, also known as OSERS. And that one, as you can see here, also includes Office of Special Education Programs. Also, results-driven accountability. We really try to, we strive to make sure that families understand how important data is and in understanding your child's individualized education program. And so you can see there's a link here for a lot of, for that RDA. Another one is a clearinghouse for What Works Clearinghouse, IES, is another resource that we share with families. And IDA That Works, REL in Southeast. And then we partner with the Florida Department of Education. We collaborate with a lot of their discretionary projects, as well as share all their wonderful resources. This is, was previously named BEES. I believe now it's BESE. They've separated, but they have a myriad of resources that you can access on their webpage. And this is an example of their discretionary projects. You can see SEDNet for social emotional, Project 10 for transition, CARD for Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, many discretionary projects that we partner with and bring information to our Facebook pages for families. And here's an example of a link to our to ESC eligibility on the Florida Department of Education's website, as well as weekly newsletters. And many times we're sharing links to staff and contacts on transition, as well as their website CPOMs for different learning, and the access points and alternative assessments, as well as state performance plans and annual performance reports, college and career readiness, and so forth. So that is pretty much our I went back to one. This is pretty much our program. There are additional workshops on our FND University, so please go to fndusa.org and you can find our FND universities. I will also be providing future workshops through Center for Independent Living, so that you can have short but very full of information. These presentations, they'll be recorded and uploaded to Facebook, so you'll be able to go back and access them at your leisure. And feel free to contact me if you have any questions, or if there's a particular topic that you're interested in. My email address is kathyp@fndfl.org. And here is our contact information as well. You can call us at 1-800-825-5736, and they will connect you with me in our region. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to presenting to you again. Thanks. Bye.